Now it's time to put the transmission back in. I did figure out why that was this bracket right here, which, well, we'll get it in and I'll show you why that shaft went bad in it. I just recognized that issue. Hopefully it'll tighten up. We're gonna guide it in a little bit. For some reason I'm having a hard time with it. Oh, I'm too high. Go down just a tad more. And it slid backwards again. We're pretty close in that area right there. This is one of the toughest portions of this job, really. There's one. Then we're gonna go to the other side before we tighten them. I wanna get them lined up. Now, the reason that that dry shaft went bad is these front brackets here, I just noticed, are loose. And that transmission in there was going just like this. So, all right, we're in pretty good shape. Now we're gonna tighten them right up. When I get all done, I'll retighten them. Transmission wasn't that bad lining it up. I've seen them a lot worse, I'll have to admit. Alrighty, now we'll get the front bracket in. And we're way off on that one right there. And it's because that bracket is loose. That should be pretty close. 3/8 bolts for these two. I'm going to loosen that up on the bottom just a tad more. Now I'm off just a tad, but this is a secret how you do it. Yeah, I'm not sure how the threads are on that, but it's in. We're gonna come back to this side in a minute and we're going to tighten it up. We're gonna put the long bolt in on this side right here. Now this side has a longer bolt in it, and the reason why it has a longer bolt in it, the spring for the brake spring is going to attach to it. And we're gonna do that in this video also. Boy, this one here is pretty close. We're gonna loosen them up just a tad. Okay. This one here, I don't want to force it in because I have to put a nut on the back side. So I want to be as cautious as I can with it. Now the transmission's in, let's get the bolts tightened up. I want to get a good feel of how tight, I want to get a good feel how tight they are. Go to the other side. Now, I always thought about making a stand to put them in. The floor jack sometimes works really good, sometimes it doesn't. It's a balancing act. But this is a patience thing. I love working on them, so not much gets me upset. Remember before this brake rod, when you put these transmissions in, you want it folded up just like so. If you don't, and you put it together and it's underneath this rod, and this one here, it fell right straight through, but some of them, it won't. And if you get it caught underneath, especially on the Cyclops models right here, when you try to bring them up, you have to bend them or take them apart, take your cams out, to get it folded back up here, or take your transmission back out. So what they did is they took this control rod and they bent it, this is just like this, and it completely screwed up the transmission. I end up breaking the cam levers and everything getting it. So you'd want to take your time when you're putting a transmission in, do it that way. And we're going to put that washer on there. Then we're going to put the spring. Now I'm going to use a spring, or I'm going to use a string for the spring. There we go. Just going to use quick pin. Now we're going to put that, and I'm going to wear, because I'm down to one eye right now. Wednesday I go in for my cataract surgery. And we're going to use this string right here, and we're going to pull that brake spring back. I'm going to, it's wrapped around that bolt right there. I'm going to take this side of the string, and I'm going to pull it so it stays on. And it should be good to go. I am going to put a nut on the back side. This is a little bit of a trick. I might have to fast forward the video a little bit, edit some of this out. Putting this nut in is quite a job. The ratchet wrench is not going to work really well. It's tight quarters in there. Let me get a regular wrench. And I'll show you what it looks like in there. And you get right down there is where the spring attaches, and let's see if we can get right there's the nut. So it's not a very clear picture. I'll try to hold the camera still, but now we're going to install the control rod. This is pretty tight in this area right here. go. It's fine threaded 5/16. And I just dropped that nut. Thank God they don't use a lock nut. There we go. Okay, now we're going to, it's in reverse right now. So we're going to make sure it's okay. We're going to put the pedal down and it goes right back to 0. So we're in pretty good shape. We might have to make some adjustments on this one. There's no question about it. But now we're ready to put the dry shaft back in and the transmission's in. So it's really not that big a deal. So we're going to, I think we have plenty of time on this video right here. We're going to put the dry shaft in it and we're going to try it. This video here might be a little longer than some of the others, but this is definitely worth it. A little bit of a stunt show. We're going to get it in the front driver first. I replaced that driver. It was in pretty bad shape. For some reason I'm having a hard time there. There we go. Have the top one in. I'm gonna put a nut on it. Now I'm gonna tighten, not going to tighten it up until so we have both nuts on the front. I'm going to slide the one that goes on the hydrostat. We'll get that lined up. We're going to try to do it all from the top. Pretty good shape right there. Drive the first roll pin in. Put the next driver in. Now I'm going to get it lined up and we're going to put the first pin in before we put the bolts in. Let me get a pair of pliers and I'll turn, actually I can probably turn that motor over by hand right there over top. See if them holes are pretty close to being lined up. I'm not used to them going that quick. I'm going to be very honest with you. Usually you have to fight them a little bit. Sometimes you have to get a pair of vice grips out and a bar. But this one here is in pretty good shape. So we're going to turn that motor over. That motor has a lot of compression. Now, I have never heard this motor run, so usually I start them first. So tomorrow when we make sure the transmission works, we're going to see if the motor runs also. You can hear the compression on that motor. I'm pretty impressed. Now, don't forget we have to do the front also. There, we're lined up there. Takes a 3/8 wrench when you get the nut started. Now there's a little bit better look. We're in pretty good shape. And the next thing we're going to do is check the oil level and get the battery tray back on it, and we're going to fire it up. So we're gonna wait until tomorrow to do that and make sure that that gasket's good and dry. So thank you so much for following this video right here. This one here has been a little bit longer than normal, but definitely worth it. So I'm really happy that we're going back to stock on this 1282. The moment of the truth, let's see if she runs. Thank you so much for watching. I believe we have a good 1282. This is actually the nicest one I ever owned. I've owned quite a few. Going to get a little bit of the cosmetics all fixed up. We're going to be mowing with it. We have to straighten out this front upper grill and definitely get this lower one cleaned up. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And like always, we'll see you on the next video.